not gonna lie to y'all, I always think about when people be like, oh, they ain't been good shows since the 90s. The shows back in the day used to be way better in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, I get that. There were some great shows back then, but I wonder what they were watching during like 2010. Because I'm not gonna lie, 2010 was producing some really good shows. And today we're gonna talk about some of those shows. Like I said, make sure you like and sub up, man, because 2010 was producing some bangers that even like some of these shows to this day are either still being produced or talked about. And 2010 was like 30 years ago. So again, make sure you like and sub up. Let me know what you think about these shows. Let me know if these shows are trash or if I'm tripping. But I think these shows are pretty good. And it was 2010. First we got my goatee. I'm a grown man, y'all. But first we got Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. Bro, y'all don't understand. I will say this every time I do something with Ben 10 in it. Greatest show of all time. I don't care if it was a trend to hate Ben 10 and it guaranteed a million, whatever subs. I don't care. I will not put hate and Ben 10 in the same. I don't care. No. But anyway, this came out in 2010 actually. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien specifically came out in 2010. And I was like, what? So not only did these other shows I'm about to talk about come out in 2010 that were bangers, you talking about the greatest of all time, greatest superhero, greatest show of all time, best bit. I need to wipe my mouth. Y'all right. Greatest of all time. He came out in 20. The Ultimate Alien version came out in 2010. Even though a lot of people aren't fond of the Ultimate Aliens because they feel like they should have been stronger, but I don't care. You put Ben on my screen, I'm getting a little bit too hyped. But I'm telling you, Ben 10 is the greatest show of all time. What else? I could literally talk the whole 10 minutes, however long this video is, and it just be the entry of Ben 10. Like bro, from minute 1 to minute 10, I don't think y'all want to see or hear or anything how I'm gonna feel or sound. Not feel, that sounds crazy. Just so if I was to sit here and talk about Ben 10 minutes straight, by minute 9, I might have an out of body experience in a good way, bro. I'm glazing Ben 10 a lot, but I'm telling y'all, it's the greatest show of all time. And the fact that it came out in 2010, the fact that none of these other shows, the rest of these shows I'm about to talk about could be garbage. Ben 10 came out in 2010. That carries the year alone. Every year that Ben 10 came out, it carried. This alone, I should stop the video here. What is this, 2 minutes? I should stop the video. But I'm not. I'm going to keep going. But Ben 10 alone carried 2010. I don't care. Call it what you want. Greatest superhero. Next, we got Regular Show, which also came out in 2010, which is kind of crazy. Like, bro, somebody's brain could have been overstimulated. Imagine Ben 10 Ultimate Alien and Regular Show coming out in the same year. Ben 10 was obviously established, but Regular Show, just came out, which is kind of crazy. These next shows I'm about to talk about in a little bit are also crazy that they all came out around the same year. And I think around the same time, too, which is kind of funny. But Regular Show, if you watch the Regular Show, you know it's a goated show. I'm pretty sure most people have. Because the newest one, it's crazy. Exactly, they got a newest one. This show came out in 2010, and they're still producing new episodes. Like now, in 2026. So it's like, bro, that's how much goated you got to be to still have content still coming out today in 2026. What is it, The Lost Tapes? Yeah, Regular Show, The Lost Tapes. Which kind of sad because it just pops, rest in peace to sad and, back. He really just has memories that he's just looking at pretty much from the Lost Tapes. But I feel like you got to put Regular Show in that go-to category just because of how long not only because how long it's been out, just because it's a really good show. I feel like the dude who made it, JG, feel like he wanted to add more type of humor. I don't know if y'all saw that Close Enough. I feel like that's the humor he really wanted to put in Regular Show, if you've seen it. But, it's Cartoon Network. They weren't allowed to get away with it. But the fact that it's still going on now, Regular Show's got to be up there. And it came out in 2010, y'all. I don't know what people thought about Regular Show back then, but it's definitely got a good side to it now. I'm pretty sure people thought it was interesting back then. But this is a show you got to show somebody, be like, oh, the 90s TV shows or early 2000s TV shows were better. You got to show them Regular Show. First, you got to show them Ben 10. Actually, no, because Ben 10 came out in early 2000. Dang, Ben 10 did come out early 2000. But Ultimate Alien, you can show them that after you show them the other stuff. But Regular Show, definitely up there. It's got to be there. Next, we got Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, which, again, also came out in 2010. I think they started showing airings of this around like during the times of regular showing Ben 10 coming out. So it's kind of not airings, like trailers. That's the right word. Trailers, sneak peeks. That's what it is. Sneak peeks of it during those airings of those times. But everybody says this is like the best. I watched it a few years ago. I remember rewatching it a few years ago. Everybody says this is the best version of the Scooby Doo mystery like gang, and there hasn't been a better one before or since. People put it up there past like the other ones. I don't know. I watched What's New Scooby Doo recently. That came out early 2000s. I watched that recently. It's a really turn your brain off type show. But in Mystery Incorporated, it's like more story driven. So it just depends how you feel. If you like turn your brain off, just watch Scooby Doo type stuff, you should watch What's New Scooby Doo. If you like story driven Scooby Doo, you watch Mystery Incorporated. Now, I think Mystery Incorporated is better, obviously, than What's New Scooby Doo. But it's funny because like they made Velma like really like Shaggy, and I don't think they did that in any other variation of the other ones, like for real. Unless you count the '70s one and the '60s one, which is crazy. Scooby Doo's been out since the '60s, y'all. Everybody that's watching this video is younger than Scooby Doo. Your parents are probably younger than Scooby Doo. Like think about that. But they had Velma. It's funny because Fred was hilarious. Fred was like didn't like Daphne at first, but he was worried about the traps, and Daphne really liked him, and Velma really liked Shaggy and let him know, but Shaggy didn't want to go out with Velma. It was a whole thing. You had to watch it, and then Scooby was just there playing like sixth or fifth wheel, whatever, because he's just a dog. But it was just funny seeing Velma go after Shaggy in the Scooby Doo series, and then like having Daphne go after Fred, but Fred doesn't care, but usually Fred does care. Like I think the other ones, it's just funny to see that. If you haven't seen it, I go check it out. Next, we got Adventure Time. Now, as I always am, I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I fell off watching Adventure Time for a good little while. There was a few seasons I missed out on. I caught up a little bit at the end, but there was like a period. I remember when it came out. I remember where I was, and it was like Adventure Time coming out, blah, blah, blah. And then I started watching it, and then I don't know what happened. I think after a year or two, maybe I just stopped watching it because that just happens. It wasn't bad or nothing. It just, sometimes you'll be watching the show and then you just stop watching it because something else came on or something else happened or you just didn't watch it. So there was a brief period of time where I was watching Adventure Time, then I stopped watching it and I started watching it a little bit. But all in all, the fact that I didn't fully like watch Adventure Time like all the way through, like most people seen it all the way through. I've seen like the last season, of course, and all the other stuff back in the day, but the fact that I didn't do that and I'm still putting it up there as a really good show and everybody else agrees, I say Adventure Time submitted his legacy, and the fact that it still had content. No, Fiona and Cake. Fiona and Cake is pretty good if y'all haven't seen that. I watched Fiona and Cake, which plays off Adventure Time, obviously. So the fact that they're still doing like Adventure Time type stuff, kind of, and like spinning it in 2026, man, that's got to show you the goatness that Adventure Time has. And it's the fact I didn't really keep up with it all the way like that, and it's still up there and a great show. But I don't know. Do y'all agree with Adventure Time? Like I said, I kind of fell off watching it a little bit. Then I started watching again, and I stopped. It was kind of. But for people that fully watched it, y'all agree that Adventure Time is up there. I'm gonna let you know now. Ain't nothing beating Ben 10. You. What? I'm not editing it out. Nothing is beating Ben 10, and I know I'm bringing up Ben 10 right now when it's not about Ben 10. But nothing's beating Ben 10. This whole list, Ben 10's number one. I'm letting y'all know that now. If you made it this far, Ben 10 is number one. Sorry. Adventure Time goated too, though. And that'll do it. Like I said, if you're new around here, make sure you like and sub up. I usually just do about 4 shows every video. Make sure you check out my other TV show related stuff. And I feel like I made my case for 2010s being one of the top airs, man. And none of this, the shows back in the early 2000s and the 90s were way better, man. You guys are watching some bull. I even throw in, like, I did a video before this about some other shows that, like, came out actually past 2010 that were still really good. So, if people go around saying that sentence I just said about the 90s and all that, man, they ain't watched the shows now. And they're probably pushing 40. They have no business watching these shows. You guys are 55 years old. Go watch something else, man. You don't need to be watching these shows, man. But like I said, that'll do it. Make sure you check out my other stuff. Like I said, if you like the way I do this, I just keep it real. I just talk, and it's kind of like a FaceTime call in a way, man. So if you enjoy this type of style, again, appreciate everybody here. Make sure you like and sub up, especially people that made it this far. And I'll catch y'all next time.